What's up, everybody? Welcome to OMR Customs first video. My name is Tequila, and we have my 2021 Supra right here. We're gonna be doing a Catless downpipe install. The pipe from, I believe it's Sila Performance. So we're gonna be slapping that one on. Got the Mustang in the garage, getting worked on too. So yeah, first things first, we're gonna take off the cover. We're gonna take the strut bar off and then the intake. So that'll be the first thing we do before we even jack it up. And to jack it up, you have to, it's kind of weird. You have to stick it all the way underneath. This is what I'm talking about. That's the jack point. I know it looks like it's bending it, but it's pretty strong. They put like an added layer of metal in there to jack it up. So I can come around, put your jacks, which I'll do that later. Under these plastic kind of supports. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, we're just doing it in the backyard, back in my garage. All right, so yep, I'm gonna get started. So first thing I'm gonna do is take off this cover. It should just come right off like that. Move that out the way. The car's still warm, so just let it sit a little bit if you'd like. Right now it's been sitting for about, I want to say 10 minutes. Still really hot, so I'm gonna be wearing gloves. But basically I'm gonna take this out, and then down there is the downpipe, right there. Now we're gonna take these two bolts off for the strut. I don't have the right, I guess, socket, so I'm using this socket that I got from Home Depot. Apparently it can take off any of them, any size, so we're gonna see if it works. So it latched on. Wow. And then you do want to wear gloves when you're doing this. The strut's not that hot, so I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Two hours later.
All right, so we got the two T-Torque screws off. And just take the strut off, put it to the side, and then now we just gotta take the intake off. So to take the intake off, I'm gonna use these little pry tools to unhook the switch. So these are a little tricky. You kind of have to like pry them, I heard. Let's see. Okay.
Later.
Now we just gotta unscrew that. Alright, so with the intake off, you can get pretty good clearance. And now you can see that the downpipe's right there with the stock one, the O2 sensors. I gotta unclip the sensors. Sorry, my flashlight. But I gotta unclip those sensors and then take those out. Alright, so you gotta be a little rough with these. This one goes with the blue, obviously. This gray clip, you basically pull it back. You push down on it and you pull it out. You can use your other hand to push it out. So disconnect these two. These will come off. They're a little weird to get off as well. I'll try to show as much as I can. Basically, take them off of here. There's another point right over there. So you're gonna take that and then unscrew the O2 sensors. That one. You got another one right behind it. All right, so these are off. If you notice the back, so you kind of have to push up and then take them out because of that. And then they mount onto here. Now you just move on from here, right here. Now they're loose. Now to take the O2 sensor out, I recommend using one of these sockets, especially for that, just because it's at a weird angle. So basically you put the wire through, you put it on the socket, turn it left, loosen it. That way you don't damage the O2 sensor. And this I got at Harbor Freight for like $9. I'll put the link in the description, as well as these. I'll put the link down too. So right there, guys, we have the socket put on. Sorry, I got a headlamp on. You basically take your ratchet, put it on there, turn it. Bear with me, guys. Let me put this on. All right, so the ratchet's on. Now you just, there we go. Now it's broken loose. Take it off. You see how that wraps around the cable? See that? And it'll come right off. Now I can hand loosen it. Just probably use my other hand because it's probably gonna be hot. Yeah, it's hot.
One hour later.
All right, so we got the first sensor off. Now we're gonna take that sensor off. Then we're gonna take this bracket off. All right, guys, as you can see, both sensors are out. I got the downstream one right here. Yellow is the front. Upstream, downstream. Now all that's left to do is loosen this bracket, knock it loose, and it should be loose from the top. Then we'll lift the car up. So it's gonna be a 13mm. That's gonna be down there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm literally right on it. I wanna loosen it. It's gonna loosen the bracket. All right. So the bracket does get stuck sometimes, so you might have to like hit it a couple of times. The bracket's loose now. All right, next thing we gotta do, we gotta take off those two bolts that are holding the downpipe right here. They're 13mm, and then that tab, you have to pull it back. Otherwise it won't come out or it become loose. All right, so we got the two 13mm bolts. I'll set them to the side. Now we gotta pull that tab, like I mentioned. It's kind of hard to record it, so I'll just do it. You gotta go loosen that bracket. This is the other one that I said, that's the 13 that you need to loosen. So I finally got the downpipe. This was a pain in the ass to get out. All right, so right now we gotta change the O-ring from the stock to the new one. Using like a pick tool, we're gonna take this off right here, and then we're gonna put it onto there. I already took the bolts off. I just used an adjustable wrench to take these off. They came with it. Just take them off. Put the O2 sensors right there. Save those. All right, so we swapped the O-ring. We put it onto the new one. Now we're gonna install this in there. It's very skinny, so it should fit better than this. All right, guys, so we got the Catless downpipe in. Now I just got to put the bracket on so it could mount up to the turbo. Put the sensors, I gotta put this bolt back on. And then this is the 13mm bolt or screw that you have to take off to loosen the pipe, so you can put in the Catless downpipe and connect it. So yeah, and I can't really record, so I'm just gonna show you guys after. All right, so we got that bolt in. Those two bolts right there that you see are in. I got the clasp good to go. I wish I could point at it, but it's literally the one with the bolt sticking straight through it, holding the Catless downpipe to the turbo, so that's good. Just gonna finish tightening those two bolts, these two bolts, tightening this one and tightening that one, and then we'll put the CO2
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
the O2 sensors on. Now I just have to put the O2 sensors in. Alright, so I got the air intake in. I was able to do it before it got dark. It's starting to get dark out. All I gotta do, tighten this. Make sure it's actually seated in properly first. You don't have to use a screwdriver, you can use a 7mm. I'm just using a screwdriver. Okay. Don't get the mass airflow sensor in. Now all we got left to do is to tighten these up. Say hello, everyone. Yeah, casi. Alright. My girlfriend's trying to go to Walmart, but gotta finish this. I really like this tool because, like I said, I don't have the socket for it, but if I just stick it, these little things they'll like grip it. All right, it's gonna be the first. All right, it's gonna be our first startup of the Supra with the Catless downpipe. That might be too loud. But yeah, that's the first startup of the Supra with the Catless downpipe. Give it a little more. Take one of the new Supra sound with the Catless downpipe. It's like not too loud, but you can definitely hear the burbles, and I still don't have. I don't know. I don't think that's a cop. It's not. So I still don't have a check engine light, probably because I kept the O2 sensors in. I'm not sure if it's gonna pop up later, but I'm loving the sound of it so far. You can hear the turbo sound, or the turbo spool more. Nah, this is wild. You can hear the pops and the burbles a lot louder too. Nah, this is crazy. Get a Catless downpipe if you got a fucking Supra. Best mod. Nah. Like, it smells like carbon dioxide too, but it's like not too bad. Nah, this is nice. I like the sound of it. You like the sound of it? You're gonna be featured in it. Nah. I just gotta get a tune. So when I put it on sport mode, that's when the burbles sound. That was a Mustang. You probably heard my burbles. Jesus Christ. I need to get a flame kit too. This is nice.